this is where science could go wrong. And I say, what is it? Theoretically, science is supposed to ask a question and say, okay, whatever the answer is, I'll accept it and I'll move in that direction. And I say, yeah, and how are we doing science today? And the answer is, oh, we have a suggestion of how it works, and then we ask science, does it work the way we said it works? Which means you've already focused on a mechanism before you even did the science. And therefore, you already have a belief before you did the science what the outcome is going to be. And therefore, when you do the science, it's no longer science. You already have a destination. What you're looking for is how to get to the destination.
But isn't that the problem within the scientific inquiry in general? You have to have a hypothesis to ask the question, and then you go about proving it any way you can.
Well, you see, the question, as you just said, proving it any way you can. So if your hypothesis is not exactly right, but your mission is what? To prove it any way I can.
Exactly.
Then you will adjust your research or you select your data to fit what you want. And if the data doesn't fit what you want, well, you ignore it. And then what do you report on? Oh, all the data suggests everything we just said. And I said, no, you just selected that data to fit what you wanted to say. But that's not real science, because you do a hypothesis not to say, I want to prove the hypothesis. You actually have to say to nature, is my hypothesis right? I am open to you, nature, to give me the answer. Well, today's world is a little different. I'm telling nature, this is what I want. Show me the answer. And here's a simple fact. The British Journal of Medicine did research on results of experiments based on who gave the money. And when they looked at the same kind of research on the same topic, but then split it into research part that was funded by pharmaceutical industry and research part that was funded by public money, they found when the same research was funded by pharmaceutical money, the results came out 4 times more in their favor.
Wow.
And it's like, well, what does that mean? It's like, well, you already have a bias. You came in with a bias. So when you look at the data, if it doesn't fit your bias, you throw that data out and you keep doing experiments until data that fits your bias comes in. You go, see what I told you? See, it was true. And it's like, no.
You're absolutely right.
Well, we have to recognize what the current science does not support some important things. There are 4 belief systems. One, we just talked about evolution. The current science does not support the belief of evolution, which gave us a vision that to survive in this world, evolve, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Go out there and fight. It's a rat race. If you stop, somebody's going to run over you. And so we bought into that belief system. I go, no, number one, that's just totally wrong, because now we know what? Evolution is based on cooperation.